Correct. And we are live. So we're live right now. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Today is a really special day. Every day on Transformation Tuesday with Dylan and I are special days,
Yes.
but today we have a special guest. We have my friend, my brother, my community member. He's a lot to me. And he is Raymell Bentley. And, on Transformation Tuesday, Dee and I, we talk about things that will help to transform your lives. And we talk about tough subjects. We talk about fun subjects. But the bottom line to Transformation Tuesday is to get us to move from point A to point B. So I am going to introduce my brother Raymell Bentley. He's a transformation and energy coach. He is a super cool dude. And for the next 50 minutes, we're going to dive in on how you can transform your life, how to transform your life using the universal laws. And my favorite nickname for him is the professor of the universal laws. So this is going to be good, guys. So hang in there with us for the next 50 minutes. Share this video. And Raymell, it's you. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. As you said, my name is Raymell Bentley. I am a transformation energy coach. I help people strengthen their minds, sculpt their bodies, and shift their energy to get into alignment with their heart desires. Whatever thought, whatever feeling that they want to bring to life, I help them pull it out and make it something that goes from a thought into a thing.
All right. And I love that. I love that. He said a thought into a thing. So let me tell you how I am so prepared for him, right? So here goes one: thoughts, words, action. So talk to us, Raymell, about how do we use thoughts to words to action as it pertains to these universal laws?
That is the best question you could have ever asked me in regards to those laws. And just to give a brief description of what the universal laws are, because people may think it's just some hocus pocus, abracadabra, make thoughts become things. And honestly, it is. But you just have to know the rhythm and the system to how that works. Now, just like we have man-made laws, like if you run a red light, you drink and drive, you'll get pulled over, you may even go to jail because what? You're breaking the law. The same thing applies. There's a system and a laws that the universe operates by. The thing is, we don't break these laws. We're either working with them or we're working against them. Unfortunately, being that a lot of us are unaware that these even exist, we normally work against them because we give our thoughts, our feelings to things that we don't desire, and we attract those things to us. So the thoughts, the words, the action, they all coincide because you can't have a thought without having a feeling to match. You can't think, I'm happy, but you feeling like, oh my God, what am I here? Or I'm not feeling good. Like they don't align. So how we normally operate as human beings is we go based on what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, and we call those things our reality. But we're unaware that they start with a thought and then a feeling, and then we take action, and it's something we are in love with or something that we are just wanting to change and not be something that we physically see. So really just knowing that what you think truly dictates what your reality will be. Now, in regards to something that you want to create in your life, what are you focused on? Are you focused on lack of money, lack of love, lack of happiness? Because energy grows where energy goes. So if you're focusing on these things that you're lacking, you're sending that energy out into the universe, and that is something that you are going to see as your physical reality. So what you give your attention to, whether wanted or unwanted, is what we attract to us. So when we start to shift our energy to things that we desire, things that makes our heart beat of excitement and being scared at the same time, that's when we get built that momentum. And that's when we turn that thing into reality because we want to take action. When you're in a good thought and feeling and you're in alignment, you want to take action. And how you know when you're not in alignment is think of you're listening to a radio station and the song you want to listen to is on FM, but you're trying to find that song on AM. Well, your thought may be on FM, but your feeling is on AM. So if those two thoughts and feelings aren't aligned, you're hearing static. And that's what we are in our physical worlds. We create static, drama, chaos, stress, depression, because we're not aligned with our thoughts and our feelings. So once we match that happy thought with that happy feeling, and we take radical action, you turn into a manifesting machine.
Oh, listen, listen. You said so many gems right there. You dropped so many. So let me ask you this, because this is one of the things that I practiced before I knew it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is that it is something that innately we automatically do. If you watch the children around you, they manifest things into their lives all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
they don't know not a nothing about the universal laws. It's just the purity of their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the purity of their minds, they bring things into their lives all the time without even knowing that it exists. So I've been teaching my kids and anybody who will listen about word choice. So I'm going to ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say I don't want blah blah blah, or when you say um when you put the not in front of the word, that the thing you don't want, one of the things that you said was energy grows where energy goes. Tell us about that. Tell us about word choice.
Well, the universe doesn't know between no yes or want or don't want. The universe just gives us what our dominant energy and thought is. So if we're saying what we don't want, the universe doesn't see or hear the don't. The universe just gets the vibration of want, and it's going to bring you things that match that vibration. So when we are given words of hopefully, I wish that couldn't happen to me, or I wish that better next lifetime, or things that we say that are not empowering ourselves, we're sending that frequency out into the universe. And guess what? We're not going to be available for opportunities. We're going to attract lack to us. We're going to have bad encounters and experiences because that's the vibration, the signal that we're putting out into the universe. And we're always going to get exactly what our vibration is. So that's why the law of vibration is honestly more powerful than the universal law of attraction. The law of attraction is just popular because of the book or the movie The Secret. And people know that thoughts become things, and they went into like more in depth about that. But the law of vibration, how we feel, is what really sends that frequency of like alignment and make it become your reality. So definitely be cautious of the words that you say.
Because, and the reason why I asked that, and then I'm going to ask Dee if she have any questions around that. But the reason why I asked that is this: there's a lot of us um, that we go around and we say things like, I don't want. Oh, let's use relationship because this is a big one. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want a guy that I don't want a guy that um, is selfish. I don't want a guy with children. I don't want a blah blah blah. And what we don't realize is that, as you stated, the not is irrelevant because what the vibration, as you stated, said is I want a guy. So the vibration is I want a guy. And again, guess what? You're gonna get the guy with all the things that you say you don't want
Because the
because
universe.
the universe the universe sends you attract that. It's like it's coming your way. And that's with almost everything that you do. So could you elaborate more on those two laws that we're talking about, the laws of vibration and the laws of attraction?
So the universal law of attraction is whatever you give your attention to, whether wanted or unwanted, is what you'll see as your physical reality. So it's more so our thought. What are we thinking? Because those thoughts that we think goes into the law of vibration, which the law of vibration is whatever frequency or vibration that you're on, meaning how you're feeling, it's the energy that you're putting out into the universe, and like attract like. So you're going to attract people, things, encounters that are on the same vibration that you're in. And being that everything is energy, everything is operating at one frequency or another. So we're just on our separate frequencies from things in the universe, but whatever vibration we're on, we're going to match that vibration. And how these two work so perfectly is think about something that you want to plug in. Maybe you're plugging in your phone charger. Well, the outlet plug, that's your thought. That's what you're plugging in into the universe. The energy behind that socket is your emotion. That's what I said is the true power, because you have to match that energy to things in the universe to create and align to make it become your reality. So when we think about when we plug something up, we don't think twice like, is this going to plug up? If we know we paid our light bill, we know it got to come on, right? But if we didn't, then that's when we know that there's no energy to give it. So that's when you're not in alignment. There's not going to be energy coming out of that outlet. But when your energy, that's your vibration you're on, it's going to be the power to create that light. But you have to take action by turning on that switch.
Listen, and I always thought, what's your thoughts about because when people think manifestation, most of us think about money, right? And most of us think about manifesting and attracting money to you. And I follow a lot of really interesting coaches and teachers that are manifestation gurus or anything that having to do with the universal laws. And one of the people that I love the most is Abraham Hicks. I don't know if you know, I just absolutely love her. And one of the things that she talks about a lot is that we don't know how to surrender to the process. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about that surrender to the process.
Surrender to the process. So that one definitely is a battle for us all, even myself. At times, we have to be in control. We have to know exactly what it is. We have to know exactly what we want in regards to a certain amount or a particular way that we want it to happen. And what we may have in regards to just that limited belief of what we think is good may not align with what the universe, the creator, has in store for us. So when we surrender and just allow ourselves to just know that we don't know, but know that we're going to get answers revealed to us to align us with certain things that we desire to have. Now, with money, if you're thinking a way to manifest, if you're focusing on what you're lacking, that's going to be the dominant energy. And for me, that was my setback when it came to my relationship with money, because I focused on what I see in my account. And at the time of those thoughts, that account was not looking amazing. And I was just giving that energy like, how am I going to do this? This is all I have. Not knowing that the true power was what wasn't present for me to see. It was, what do you want? Imagine the amount that you want to have. Imagine the amount that you want and act as if it's already a reality. And that was me using the law of attraction and the vibration to really create that, because now I'm created multiple streams of income. So one of what I was focused on, that one just initial income has expanded because I've expanded and using these laws.
Any questions you have?
Let me. Yes. First of all, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I seen some people. Well, people posted yesterday about manifestation. How they don't like. I don't know if you go to deal with the Bible versus manifestation. I seen some people arguing yesterday about how I'm trying to get it right. Instead of believing in line on guard, that people are using manifestation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So let me repeat this question for our IG people. So Dee was asking about how the concept of manifestation versus religion or by the Bible, right? And if manifest, how does
Yes.
that correlate? How does that,
Hmm.
is that a bad thing or a good thing? Does it even correlate? And I'm going to let Raymell answer that because I've heard that question before and I have my own thoughts. But go ahead, Raymell.
Yeah. Well, okay, and that's definitely a asked question amongst just the energy and religion. Now, with the universal law of divine oneness is everything is connected to a source energy. Some call it universe, some call it Buddha, some call it God. Me perfectly, I call him God. But everything is connected to that source energy. And being that everything is energy, and if we translate energy into a religious tone, everything is spirit. So everything is spiritual. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So being that we're all spirits, when we know that we're truly connected, because we're connected to the creator lives inside of us. So the manifestation process is just knowing that we're powerful beings and we have the power to create anything that we desire because the creator is connected to us. We're a product and a piece of the creator. So when we think of manifestation, it's nothing outside of the creator giving us aligning with the thought, aligning with the emotion, because we are full of abundance. We
Yeah.
just have to get into alignment with that abundance, meaning we have to have faith. We have to believe.
Yes.
We have to have a thought of what we want and really just know that it's ours to have because we're connected to the creator and we can create it to become our reality. So if you think about it, religion and manifestations, they go yin and yang.
Hand in hand. And I'd love to share my thoughts on that because I think sometimes we confuse spirituality with religion, and
Hmm.
we all have our different beliefs, like Raymell says. But if you really look at the universal laws and even read some of the things that are in the Bible, they almost always match, correlate, make sense to each other. And a lot of the people who I follow, or it's kind of like my teachers of the universal laws, um, they are spiritually based. They speak to a God, but most of the times, what they
Mhm.
do is, as Ramel did, is they don't speak to a religious God. They speak to a God so that
Hmm.
anybody and any religion can be a part of that, because that's your source. So for me, most of the people that, so one of the readings that most recently really helped me out, it's called Your Word is Your Wand. And I've used it, I've listened to it on
Yes.
YouTube. Yes. So the word is your wand is Florence Chauville Shin, Shin. And I'm going to put it up and put a link. I'll put a link in this when we're all done. So her book from 1928, y'all, listen to what I'm saying, 1928, spoke of using your words to manifest and create the life that you desire. But everything within that spoke of God. Everything within that thing, that book spoke of, somebody says, I love her. Oh my God. She has the game of life on how to play it. The word is your wand. And right now, if you don't want to read them, if you go on YouTube, you'll find them as like audiobooks, the most powerful thing you can ever listen to. But she never said, so I'm separating manifestation and you creating your life from God. She kept the source as the main major thing because that's where we get everything from. So
Hmm.
I think a lot of us, because of our cultures and our upbringing, we Oh, wait, this is cool. Trinace, my friend Trinace says, yeah, she is dope and relevant. Yes, she is. Relevant as if it was 2020 and as dope as she was in 1928. But we have to be careful not to mix our cultural beliefs or
Mhm.
with what is universal and the word, and I'm going to pass it back over to my brother. Talk about that word universal.
Well, universe, it's the universe. Everything is created and connected in the universe, and we're all connected to the creator of the universe. So when we see that and we really know how powerful we are, we will start to really create the lives we desire. Because right now we're in a time where people are feeling powerless and fearful, and really we're giving away a lot of power to people over our own realities. In reality, we are the ones who have power of our thoughts and our feelings, no one else. So once we really get into alignment with truly focus on what we want, get
Mhm.
happy about it, get excited about it, get scared, but get back happy about it. Like have those mixed emotions. And that's when we start to get into alignment and we truly start to create
Yes.
beautiful things in the world.
Let's talk about lack. Oh, you have a question, D?
Yes. For someone who does not know what alignment is, because a lot of people, I know a lot of my audience don't know what it is. Explain that.
Mhm.
Alignment.
Alignment. Yes, alignment. So alignment is like I kind of give the analogy of the radio station, but it's pretty much you're getting on the same signal. You're really getting on the same signal of whatever your thought of the something you desire and the belief in it. Because a lot of times what keeps us from making it happen, from seeing it as our physical reality, is that we say what we want, but we don't believe it. We'll say, "Oh, I want $10,000," but we don't even believe we can get
Right.
$100. So that's out of alignment. That's not on the same frequency,
That's
vibration. You're not on the same channel to create that $10,000 because you're thinking about that $100, and you like, I can't get more than this. So you're going to continue to stay on that treadmill of just $100, just $100, just $100, because that's the energy cycle that you're on. So
Yes.
once you get into alignment with $10,000, that's when you start to really imagine that $10,000. What does it look like? Act like you're counting it. Look
Yes.
at it in your bank account. Write a check to
yeah.
yourself for $10,000 and look at it. And that's when you have that perfect vision. And once you get excited, you like, oh my God, speak of it like it's here. I got $10,000 coming on the way. Where are you getting it from? It's here. And that's when you start to believe it because you are saying it and you're instilling it within yourself. And small action will make that $10,000 become your reality. And manifestation will be you get a random check, you get a job opportunity, you get some type of deal that's going to be $10,000. But it's aligning a thought with the belief, with the action creates the
Yes.
reality.
Let me tell you, that is amazing. And let me tell you why I love this topic. Because a lot of people speak of it, but they don't know what it truly means and how powerful it really is. So I'm going to put that back. Thoughts, words, and action. So thank you, everybody who's joined. So I have people on IG, and then I have some, one of my IG peeps, Erica, says, match your energy with your focus.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. And let me tell you why, because there are many times in my own life where money becomes a block. And then I say, okay, Stacey, I'm going to snap out of it. And I put my mind in, I say words like, okay, for this thing, I'm going to make $5,000. But my mind keeps saying, but can you do it? Are you worthy of it? All those limiting things we say about ourselves, who's going to pay for that anyway? Like, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's where we're not aligned,
Right.
y'all. When we say what we want and then we let our limiting thoughts, that, those annoying I call them stalkers that stalk your mind, the things that tells you that you're not worthy. And those things start to come at you, and then you could get out of alignment. And that $5,000, mind you, is sitting here and it's waiting and it's waiting and it's waiting. And it's like, all right, Stacey, get back in alignment so that you and that money can meet. And that's the part where a lot of people don't understand. And that's the part where a lot of people think that sounds like some kind of magical stuff. It's not magical in any sense of the imagination. It's your feeling. What are you feeling? Do you feel like you already have the $5,000? Are you keeping joy and gratitude for the 100 that you have, knowing that the 5,000 is going to come? Or are you treating the $100 like this, right? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, not just the measly 100. You have to be grateful for the things that you have now and raise that energy, like you said, the law of the vibration, to bring in the 5,000. But that's my take on it, because I've been there. I've been where I was in a line.
So think of it like this too. Another analogy we can go with is, okay, our thoughts. It's the metal. And say if you're out of alignment, say you're thinking about this $10,000, but you're feeling like all I can have is this $100. That is plastic. Plastic isn't going to match up with that metal because they're two different frequencies. They're two different materials. But when you believe that $10,000 or anything beyond that 10,000, any thought that you're having and you're believing and you knowing that it's possible, now that's no longer plastic. Now that's metal. And guess what? They connect. And guess what? Now that's your reality. So it's just really knowing that they match. They have to match. You have to match a thought with an emotion. But you can't have a thought without having an emotion to follow. Because like I said earlier, if we're thinking I'm happy and you go somewhere, you're like feeling like, why did I come here? Your energy of why did I come here is going to dominate that happy, because that energy is stronger. That vibration is going to go out and people are going to pick it up. They're going to be like, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with Sister Stacey? What's up with Sister D? Like, what's going on? And that's where that's when your energy is what's more dominant. So just focus on the energy.
Energy is really important. And I want to address Sophie Douglas says, to me, that's faith. And she typed that when we were talking about believing and having gratitude in this one thing and believing that that thing is coming. It's all about faith. That's where I was saying earlier, and I think Raymell said it too, that's where we don't separate our spiritual beliefs from these universal laws and the things that we want to create and bring in our lives, because absolutely it's faith. You have to believe in something that you haven't seen for it to come to you. It's the same concept of believing in a higher source, believing in God. It is absolutely faith. And it's funny because my friend Trinace earlier said, but I have to know. And I believe she was talking about when we talk about, the thing is out there and it's out there for us. But you do know, your mind knows. And if you surrender it,
the knowing,
you surrender the knowing and just know that it's going to come. Know that that job is going to come. Know that that husband is going to come. Know that, but you have to create that to come. Know that that house is going to come. Know that your happiness from your depression is going to come, but you can only pull that with that mind. So you do know, you have to know, you already know, sister. It's just that you have to have, I'm going to go back to Sophie, you have to have faith. And once you have that faith and surrender that, my grandmother used to say, let go and let God. Just let go and let God. And I didn't understand that until I became a grown behind adult. And I'm talking about recent years. And I may look younger, but recent years, that's when I truly understood let go and let God. And my grandmother's words would just go through my mind. I was like, oh my God, that's what she meant. Surrender it, let go and let God. And in every case where I start freaking out about things and trying to control, my girlfriend says I'm a control freak working on being control free. I love that. So every time I try to control, I know, I love that. She says, I'm a control freak working on being control free. But every time I let go and relinquish that control, y'all, that's when the thing I want will come. It never fails. And then I go back and I just laugh. And I was like, okay, you got a sense of humor. I got it. Right. So I want to look real
God got
quickly.
jokes.
Oh, does he ever? So the thing is, religion has played an important role in faith and what we believe, desire, and deserve. Because we are God wrapped in flesh, that is the energy that we need to pull into. Look at you, sister. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
I couldn't have said that any better.
yes.
Yes. And Raymell, talk to us about that very thing that Trinace is just commenting on. Where do we miss the boat with that power within? Talk to us about that.
We miss that boat when we feel like we're separated from things in the universe, from other people, from the environment, from nature. And we think that it's all about us. And we come from a place of me, instead of we, because we create buildings, we build countries, we build massive things, but me can only do so much. And when we really shift our focus to giving back, being kind to others, loving each other, co creating with each other, coming together in unity, that is when we unleash that power and we connect with the creator of the universe, because the creator only knows love
Mm.
and only wants love to be what is circulating around in the universe, because then that's when we're kind, we're giving, we're helping, we're just in this together. And once we shift our focus to then me to we, then
Mhm.
we can truly unleash those powers that we all possess and make a beautiful world to co-create and exist in.
That is so beautiful. And you know what? And that's the energy. So I want to talk about energy again because I think it's so important. And the universal laws can take what, days to discuss because it's
I
so
have some
much.
things because I have a course that teaches these. I have an ebook. I have you guys. If you really want to know how to use your energy and learn how to align with these universal laws, it's available for you.
And I'm going to have you talk to them about that in about 5 minutes. I want us to
Mhm,
talk about the energy again, because you talk about how to work together, how to have that unity.
mhm,
Um, and earlier you talk about the energy that we emit, and I want to break that down to something as simple as, if you're ever around someone, you've met them for the very first time, but there is just something about being around that person that just does not, what I say is vibe. But guess why I say vibe? It's the universal law of vibrations,
mhm,
right? So a lot of times we use these words and we don't even recognize the origins of it. So typically I'm like, I just don't vibe with that person, and I
uh-huh,
can't be around that person. That, and then here's my other word. You ready? Their energy, the energy they're putting off is just not matching with mine. And listen,
uh-huh.
y'all, I was saying that stuff before I understood the universal laws. So talk to us more about energy, Raymell.
And I love that you bring that up because a lot of us, including myself before I was stumbled upon and discovered these universal laws, was using a lot of these, not even knowing I was. And some I was using to my favor, a lot of them I wasn't. But really, we all have just natural in us to just use a lot of these laws because they represent so much love and good energies and vibration. But to go more in depth about energy, is think of an ocean. Now, the ocean, the water, that's energy, that's your vibration, that's the emotion. Now, we have all this energy just circulating around, But now the boat is your thoughts. That's what gets you to a destination. You can have all this energy that's just circulating around, but unless you have a thought that's really you're in love with, that's how we create things to become our reality, desires, thoughts, and things to become physical forms. So it's really just being mindful of the energy that we are putting out, because anything that we're feeling internal, it's going to be what externally our physical reality is going to be. So we have to really just know that how I am feeling when I wake up in the morning. How am I feeling when I get out that bed? Am I feeling good? Am I feeling great? Or am I feeling like, why did I wake up? Because if you're feeling like, why did I wake up? You're going to get on the same frequency on a bunch of why did I wake up? And y'all going to have a bad old day. Because y'all going to be in that just alignment of stumble, fumble, bad, bad, bad. But if you wake up like, I'm so thankful that I woke up today. I'm so thankful that I'm alive. Today is going to be an amazing day. Guess what? Somebody going to pay for your tab when you go somewhere. Someone's going to give you the right of way on the road. You're going to have someone compliment you. Like, you're going to be in alignment with good encounters, because people who are on that vibration are going to want to be around you. And like you said, Sister Stacey, when you don't feel that energy, you don't that you're not in alignment with, because that energy is going to make you feel uncomfortable. It's going to make you feel like I got to go, like us. So that's how we know when we're in alignment, because we feel good. When you're not in alignment, you don't feel good. And that's just to simplify it up.
And that goes for everything in our lives. I mean, the reason why I really love this subject and really thought it belonged in a transformation Tuesday is because if our words will definitely transform you, you know? And so it's very important that we're using the right words. We're using the words that will help us to get to a better place. And the other thing is, not only does our energy dictate how our days go, other people's energy dictates us. And because it's very hard not to take it on. And that's why I don't know, call me what you want to call me, but I will dump you in a heartbeat. And I'm not trying to be mean, but if you do not align with the energy that, because you're right, you feel it in your body, and if you don't align with that energy, then you're going to throw me off, you're going to derail me, you're going to take me off focus, and that's going to mess up everything. I have when I say derail me and take me off focus, our friend Girly Marie from I Can't Coaching, she was just on here, and her slogan talk about don't let anybody mess up your mind and your money. And there's another piece of your slogan, sister, that I messed up. But the bottom line is, it's about not inviting energies in your world that is going to derail you, take you off focus, mess up your day. Don't let misery loves company be your thing, because that's what energy is all about. And one of my IGs says, wake up, hashtag happy to be here and blessed to face any speed bumps that may come along. Absolutely, Lindsay. Absolutely.
Because you're sending out that vibration, and and I love how you said earlier, gratitude. There's so much power in gratitude, because everything in life has a polar opposite. So whatever we're giving our energy to on that polarity just scale is what we'll see. So meaning there can be no good without bad. There can be no up without down. There can be without. So once we know that everything is truly connected, then everything, whatever we're giving our dominant energy force to, is what we're going to attract. So if you're somewhere and you're like knowing that the vibration is bad, now you can go to the bad side, because that's your choice. And guess what? Your high vibration is going to get lower, because energy is a strong thing. And when someone's on a low vibration, you can, and honestly, I just had a situation like this occur last week. And it was just a friend and I, but he was at a lower vibration than I was. And I tried to match his energy, but he was too low. So I had to go around some people who were working out, feeling good on a higher vibration because I'm like, it's my Monday. I want to start my week off. I got clients. I need to be at a high vibration. So you feel it like just you feel when someone's vibration is just like, and you know that you have the choice to give life to that bad vibration that they're on. But whatever they're on will only match what you're on. So if you're in a good vibration, you won't even think twice about going around someone who's at a low frequency. You're like,
no, you're gonna be like, no. Like I got you. And and I say this I don't mean for people to just, when your friends are having a bad day, you get rid of them. That's not what I mean at all. I'm just talking about people who are constantly not on your vibration all the time, bringing you down. And sometimes you have to step away even from that friend that you love and allow that person to get to where you are. And I always talk about, don't try to always bring people along with you, because sometimes they're not even interested. And we just love to be like, come on, come do this thing with me. It makes you feel good. It's like we're pushers of freaking high energy, and they don't want the drug. And there is nothing wrong with that. You just have to allow them to come to it when it's their time. You know what I'm saying? So, and because when we're pushing that drug and they're not there, there's a lot of resentment and on one end, and then there's a lot of frustration on our end. So you have to be very mindful that you're not trying to force people to do things.
The only thing we can do, Sister Stacey, is focus on how we feel and the thoughts that we're thinking. Yes. We can't control anyone's thoughts or feelings or what they're doing or not doing. And once we grasp that, because we tend to do that a lot in friendships, relationships with significant others, with family, and we try to control what the other is doing, and there's always going to be resistance. There's always going to be butt heads because we can't control another human being. We only can ever control one thing in life, and that's how we feel and the thoughts that we have and the action that we take. Anything else, it's beyond our control.
It's beyond our control. Listen, I love that. Yep. So somebody on IG said, in science, things move from high concentrations to low concentration. You really have to be aware of yourself and people's energy. Oh gosh, yes. That goes without saying. That's an absolute. And she said Instagram tried to block her blessing. What happened, baby? It kicked you out? Well, welcome over to Facebook. Instagram, why are you trying to block Erica's blessing from our laws, of our universal laws? So listen, Raymell, I want you to share with people, what are some of the things that you have to offer that will help to teach them or guide them along when it comes to creating their lives using the universal laws?
Well, I have a couple of ways. I created a teaching course because this information you don't just go to a college, a junior college, and can stumble upon. This is something you have to have someone that knows. That's how I stumbled. My mentor introduced me to it, and I studied them and I studied them. And now I want to share with the world. So I created a course going over all 12 universal laws and really breaking them down to where you know what they are, giving you action step worksheets to really show you how to apply them and give you exercises to really put them to use and start manifesting things that your heart desire. Because once you really know these laws, your life is going to be unrecognizable to yourself, because every day you're going to wake up in a good mood. People are going to be like, what are you on? These universal laws is what I'm on.
That's right.
I also have a free ebook that I'll leave in the comments. And just this is a warm up to get you some awareness and allow you to see, like, what are these laws that he's talking about? And it just gives you just what they are and just some ways to apply them. Nothing too in depth, but it's enough to give you a foundation. And if you want to coach, I help people really shift energy. So I apply the knowledge of the universal laws, but if it's an area in your life where you're feeling stuck, where you feel like I just don't have any type of progression and I'm stagnant and I want to shift it, 9 out of 10 times your focus is going towards something that isn't in alignment with what you desire. And we can help untangle that, unshift that, clear you up, and get you into alignment and make thoughts become things.
That's fantastic. I can't wait for you to share your ebook.
All
I've
right.
gone through that ebook and 12 universal laws, guys. Let me tell you, if you can understand them and really like he said, it's really like a drug because no, it's no lie because all of
No,
a
it
sudden
is.
you feel a shift and you're like, I feel different. And then people recognize that shift even. So I welcome you guys to truly check that out. And then I will put the Florence Shovell Shin, that link to Your Word is Your Wand. That is off the charts because it talks about how to use your words to get what you want. And like Raymell said earlier, don't focus on the lack part of the words. Stop saying what you don't want. And I know that's the hardest thing for us to do because we've been programmed like that. So it's time for you to deprogram and stop talking about what you don't want and affirm it into what you want. Would you like to share some of your affirmations that helped you to shift your mind to making your multiple streams of income?
Actually, it's so crazy. You read my mind. I was going to share this one anyway. So, this affirmation, I promise you and kid you not, I said every day, it has brought so much money to me. And everyone that I give it to, and I tell them to write it down and repeat it to themselves throughout the day, it brings them. And this affirmation is I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis.
Yes.
And
Look, I can see it flowing.
and when I tell you I'll get a random
Right.
check, I get someone signing up for a program. Also, I have my energy bracelet line, which this is selling out. Money is coming to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. And I'm like, wow, but it's just really believing it. A lot of times we have these affirmations, we have these memes that we share, but we don't have a belief in it. And we wonder like, this don't work. Why don't I'm doing this? Why? Because you don't believe it.
Yes.
Without belief, they're just words with no meaning. It's like blowing hot air out your mouth. But when you believe it, that's when it sticks. That's when it hits. That's when cha-ching, it becomes your reality.
I love that. Man, say that again. So I'm gonna ask you to share that, share your affirmation in the actual chat with us, or when you share your ebook. So if you catch this on the replay, if you're just joining, we do have a few more minutes, but Raymell is a transformation and energy coach, and he specializes in the universal laws. He has an online course on the universal laws. He's going to share his free ebook with us, and pretty much what he's trying to let us all know is that everything that we do is within what we're looking to create, and everything that we desire is within our control, but not just by ourselves. Like he said, it's also with your source, whatever your source is, whatever you call your source. It's not about religion, it's about spirituality, it's about understanding that there is a higher being, there is something bigger out there for you that is guiding you through this, that you're not doing it by yourself, that you can tap that power within. And if you learn how to tap that power within, then we're like he said, it's like having drugs. It's like taking drugs. and then you're gonna what? Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. Just chewing it.
And you bring in money, but you're also bringing joy, not just pretend joy, internal joy and happiness. You're bringing about love that you're looking for. You are bringing about the right spouse, not the one you don't want, because every day you talk about what you don't want and then you end up with it. And I promise you, if you think back, and I love to give people actions. I'm all about giving you an action to go away with. If you go away from this and you think back at a few things in your life that you manifested, even if you didn't know that you were manifested in, but think about something you dreamt about. Think about something you talked about. Think about something you consistently felt like belonged in your life. So you carried that energy with you. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I manifested. And if you have done that once, you can do it all the time.
Yep.
Sister Stacey, when I say what your viewers, us, this reality, we manifested this.
Yes.
These are past thoughts and feelings that we had, and this is what the reality is. So
Yes.
where we are now is not what we'll end up and stay. We just got to shift our thoughts. Let's start putting new focuses on. If you're happy with where you at, keep that same focus and energy. But if you're not, shift that thought. But our current reality are already just past thoughts and beliefs that we manifested. So
Yes.
we've been doing it, and we're doing it every day.
Every single day we do it. Speaking things into existence is what my friend Therese said, and that's for sure. Pat says, hard to stay balanced, being in the moment. But I'm telling you, living in the moment is probably the best thing we can ever do for ourselves. And there is a balance to that because there's so much noise and craziness that happens around us. And we take in so much that doesn't even belong to us in the first place. And that shifts our energy. And once it shifts our energy, then we have to kind of work harder to pull ourselves back into that good and energetic space. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, yeah, we have a spiral of bad thoughts.
Spiral.
So we got all of this. So we trying to get a good thought out of that, and we got to stop giving those thoughts, and then that's when this goes slower, and we're able to grab those good thoughts. Okay, come here, good thoughts.
Yes. Well, Pat, listen, I pray for you, and you just keep reaching out to the community and your friends and the people who believe that there is a good outcome for things, regardless of what. There is nothing in our lives that we can't go through. And one of the things that I must say is that if you think about the thing that you're going through now as the worst yet, then I'd say, think about what the worst could be. And if you think about what's the worst thing can ever happen, and you scale that on a scale of 1 to 10, and then you think about where the thing that's happening to you now, and you scale that 9 times out of 10, it does not measure to the worst thing that can ever happen in your life. And if you're not at the worst thing that can ever happen in your life, then there is so much gratitude, joy, desire, possibilities, all of those words. And that is where I always say, find people who will nudge you and give you that thing that you need. In other words, dump the folks who's messing with your energy and your vibes, and bring on people who's going to uplift them.
And a quick way to dump them is to shift your energy, because they only come into what you're putting out. So when you shift your energy, those people aren't in alignment, so they're going to automatically fall off. You ain't got to do nothing but shift your focus and your feelings, and you're going to change it.
You don't even have to tell them, huh?
Because your vibration is on 2 different frequencies. So now they don't even have a reason to be around, because the alignment, you just hear static when you're with each other. Versus they're not where you're not on that frequency anymore. You're elevated, you've grown. So I've learned that we don't have to cut anyone. Like you said earlier, it's not us killing our friends or dismissing them. It's just us shifting our energy, changing how we internally feel. And that's how we're changing the reality that we see. So if you're not in love with it, focus on something that makes you feel good. Get excited about it. Really believe in it.
All of what we do is about the vibration we feel from the inside out. When I am in my house dancing and singing off key, my daughter joins me. She thinks I'm crazier than the Betsy bug, and I am to some degree, but it takes me to this higher level. And at 11 years old, she understands when I say, Mommy's just raising her vibration, because the higher my vibration is, the better our day is going to be. So I am going to charge everybody right now to think about I love this. What are the things that you can use to higher your vibration, to raise your vibration? What are the things in your life that when you do them, you feel like you can conquer the world? And those are the things that you want to do on a regular basis. Who are the people when you're around them, you feel like you can conquer the world? Who are the people that when you talk to them, it's like they plug you in, and all of a sudden you're like the Energizer Bunny, and your mind is creative and your world is ready? That's where you want to be. That's who you want to be with. Don't get fooled thinking the universal laws and the law of attraction is some hocus pocus. It is not. It is what we've been doing all our lives before it was defined. You know what I'm saying? It is not. It's not some pot where you're stirring and saying some sort. It's not. It's what your grandparents did and their parents did. It's all of that. And for people who are into for people who are truly into hold on. For people who are truly into your religion and your Bible, you can find scriptures that will show you about faith and the mustard seed, planting that, and surrendering. Love thy neighbor, surrendering to God. All of those things from the Bible, it will match right up with the things that you will learn about the universal laws. So, Raymell, we have 2 minutes. What would you like to end with?
I would like to end with just telling you all that you are such powerful beings. And anything, I cannot stress this enough, anything that you desire, anything is possible to become your reality. You just have to believe with it. And like we said in the Bible, the faith of the smallest mustard seed, your belief just has to be a little bit. And it just will be something that will make you want to take action. And it can become your reality. If you can believe it, you truly can achieve it.
And you got to end with?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. I love this man. I want you guys to follow him. I have 1 minute remaining on Instagram, so we're going to be ending in a second. But follow Raymell if you have not yet. We will put Raymell Bentley. We'll put his information. He's IG. He's Facebook. He has his own website. All of that stuff. He's fantastic. He's what I call the professor of the universal laws, and these universal laws can definitely shift us, have us looking like we're on some sort of drugs, but this is a legal drug. Okay, guys?
Legal. Yes.
So go out there and transform your life. Thank you for joining Transformation Tuesday. We will see you again. Please, please, please go follow Raymell Bentley and find out what else he has to offer.
Yes.
Love you guys. Signing out. Okay. Signing out over here and in broadcast.